My son-in-law bellowed at the top of his lungs. "Stop using my car! You're nothing in this home." I stayed calm. No spark of fury. Just drove straight to the dealership. For $220,000, my new Rolls Royce gleamed like polished justice. At the stoplight, I tapped the horn twice. He spotted me, his face draining to ghostly white, and he collapsed in shock. But that was merely the spark. The fire was just igniting. Before we dive deeper, hit that subscribe button and drop in the comments what the time is in your corner of the world. The relentless Nevada sun hammered the windshield as I eased Rebecca's Honda Accord into the driveway. August in Henderson. The sort of blaze that warped the horizon and scorched seats to the touch. I threw it into park, pleased with my haul. I'd nailed every item on her list, even snagged that fancy coffee she favored, the one with the emerald label. A flicker in the garage snagged my gaze. Ethan emerged, and I knew trouble brewed instantly. His posture was rigid, jaw locked like a vault. I hadn't cracked the door yet. He charged forward, eating up the pavement in furious steps. I swung the door wide, one boot on the gravel. When he unleashed, "You have no right to borrow my car." His roar echoed down the block. "You act like you run the place here." I rose unhurried, palms flat on the frame. I cleared it with Rebecca this morning. She greenlit it for the market trip. Doesn't matter what she okayed. He loomed nearer, temple throbbing like a live wire. "Quit touching my wheels. This is my domain. Got it, mine alone." The blistering pavement heat coiled around us thick as fog. I sensed the eyes neighbors peeking through blinds, a mower halting 2 lawns over. The sting of exposed shame squeezed my ribs. "I see you're fuming, but you're crashing under our roof, sharing our table. Yet you trample simple lines." Ethan's cheeks blazed crimson, his digits stabbing air inches from my sternum. "You're dead weight. Understand that a load we haul." The entry swung open. Rebecca framed there, palm on the jamb, face etched with ache, yet oddly unsurprised. That lack of shock pierced like a blade. "Dad, enough." Her tone was hushed, begging almost. "Just ease off him. You know his fuse. Can everybody dial it back?" As though I'd lit the match, as if seeking her nod for a quick errand was war. I eyed the sacks peeking from the rear glass. 4 loads of provisions I'd picked with precision. Funded from my retirement fund. My bid to pitch in for a home where I hung like an afterthought. Those bags morphed to symbols of futility. My bid for relevance crushed under his disdain. I stooped, popped the back, hauled them out, heavier than logic allowed, or perhaps exhaustion weighed them, worn from this endless grind. All of it. I lowered them soft on the drive slab, a tiny grip on order amid the storm. Ethan droned on about honor and codes, but it blurred to static. I scooped the bags anew and strode by them both, beyond my girl who offered no shield, past the man who deemed me void. Not a syllable from either as I crossed the threshold. That hush sliced keener than his bellows. The latch clicked shut, a whisper of closure, hours on. Post-a-meal drowned in quiet pretense, ignoring the yard clash entirely. I perched in my chamber. Spartan scarcely described it. A lone cot, a wee bureau, a chest with a glass that recalled brighter eras, unchanged in the 9 years since I'd joined their fold. Why bother strapped retirees skip the frills? The dwelling hushed save their murmurs below, fuzzy yet unmistakably mine. The cadence betrayed it, a spike in pitch, swiftly muffled, I fired up my notebook. The display bloomed in the gloom as I punched into my accounts. These steps were wrote after 16 years of shadows. The guarded keys, the dual codes. The instant the figures bloomed. Holdings ledger 1.732598. The building materials firm I'd forged across 3 decades. Cashed out the season prior to my spouse's passing. I'd played it wise, steady, parked in safe yields, scraped by on stipends and aids, fingers off the core. Why hide at first? To dodge the purse tag, foster true bonds, evade the elder whose cash sparked interest. Now, fixed on those digits, the true motive crystallized. I'd armored for this, blind till today. I still tasted the yard blaze, glimpsed the prying eyes, caught Rebecca's frail bid to soothe the brute who'd shamed me broad daylight. Ethan's curl as he branded me load. They pegged me null, sub-null, a duty, a leech, a tolerated relic. I eased the screen shut, grip firm on the cover. A pivot had clicked from yard to now, not rage, rage scorched wild. This chilled, sharpened, I squared in my seat, chin firm, eyed the sealed portal, my nook in my abode with my script on the title. Facts they'd glossed over. They craved me as zero. Very well. I'd parade zero, then unveil the truth. What I'd always been. I was suited and stationed in the den when they descended. Daybreak had pierced an hour back, but I'd stirred far earlier. Slumber fled. My thoughts churned paths, schemes, the math of unmasking. Ethan surfaced first, sockless, clawing his gut via his tea. Rebecca trailed, locks in a sloppy tail. They glided the galley with owner's ease. Their turf, that's their lens. I nursed my brew and observed from the lintel. They blanked me. No nod to my form. Rebecca fetched a skillet for scrambles. Ethan flicked his device. Digit tracing lazy loops. The homey flow, the lax closeness, the grind, honed yesterday's venom finer. This was their norm. I was fixture. We gotta hash the mess with your pops. Ethan's call rang clear from the nook. No hush, no veil. Rebecca split a shell on the rim. Yeah, I get it. It's sticky. Sticky Ethan ditched his gadget. He misses the point. He's bunking our pad now. Rules gotta stick. Spot on. She whisked the mix, spine to him, to me. He needs the lay of the land these days. The lay, as if my being's gears had rewired. And I'd skipped the bulletin. I gained my feet. Mug firm. Crossed to the galley. Both heads snapped up, jolted. Had they blanked my spot, or quit minding my domain? I held tone even. Plain. The title reads Patrick Quincy. That stands. Ethan's grin flashed swift. Smug. Sure. Today. But face it, who's the true earner who's footing tabs, keeping this joint humming? He reclined, limbs barred. You're just squatting. The hint lingered smoky. They banked on my end, awaiting my fade or my fog to seize reins. Either route, to them. This pad was theirs pending. I was mere interim snag. Rebecca shifted uneasy, but zipped. Her quiet boomed over his barbs. She backed no contradiction, no fresh guard. I sank my mug in the basin with intent grace. Got tasks ahead. Tasks Ethan's brows arched. Where to elsewhere? I snagged my rings from the peg. Back by dusk, the baffle on their mugs neared delight. They'd braced for fury, pushback, fresh yard farce. Instead, I dealt poise, reins, no hook for their fling. I quit via the entry, stranding them in their nook, in their pad that rang false. The bank jaunt aired my skull. Dawn crawl in Henderson was sparse, and my wits cut keenest in ages. Not wrath fueled this. This was tally. Aim. I'd shrunk 16 years feigning scant, and what yield scorned in my own yard, brushed off in my own nook. The vault's prime outpost hugged a square off Henderson Boulevard. Sheer panes and sleek edges. Within, the chill blast stunned post-lot swelter. I sought my wealth guide. Marcus Hale popped in swift, clasp pro and toasty. We'd synced over 11 years, but he clocked me as the hushed ex-tycoon who polled seasonal and stirred no ripples. Mr. Quincy, fine to spot you. What aid today we claimed his den. Portal sealed. I seek a hefty pull. Actually, a shift for a ride-by. He summoned my ledger on his rig. Naturally. Scale $450,000. His taps froze a beat. But I nabbed it. Then his pro veil snapped firm. That's one beastly ride. Mind sharing the target one that declares loud. He dipped slow, clacking. The shift clears 2 to 4 work cycles, per the vendor's vault. You'll wire cords. The nuts blanketed me as I inked sheets, proved self thrice, locked and relocked the sum. It landed solid now. No midnight whim, but cash in flux. Means flipping idle to live. Quitting to my heap, I tasted rarity, not joy. Too plain, expectancy. The thrill of at last acting, not just weathering. I claimed my aged 4-door, a 13-year-old Avalon with a scar on the flank and cushions hinting dust. The gap hit home. This ride, this lowly crate yelling broke retiree, would soon twin with one yelling worlds apart. I clutched the helm and sketched. Phase 1. The grab that cracks their myths. They saw null. I'd roll home in steel topping most roofs. Phase 2. Clock their flinch. Mark the stun, the muddle, the dawn they botched the count bad. Phase 3 loomed. I lacked full script, but the trail brightened. This transcended wheels. Truly, it reclaimed reins, bared their true hunt, their core, showed the elder they scorned, shamed, scarce bore, held sway beyond dreams. I fired the motor. The Avalon growled awake. Routine and bland. In 4 days, all flipped. They figured they pegged me. They knew zip. I slotted drive and eased from the lot. Palms rock steady. Skull crystal. And first since that yard blaze. I grinned. 4 days blurred since the vault pit stop. 4 days of digs. Specs clash. Envisioning this beat. I loomed in the exhibit now. Ringed by rigs topping yearly hauls. The vendor claimed a wedge in Las Vegas, 40 miles from Henderson. High vaults poured Nevada glow off buffed stone tiles. The autos posed as gallery gems. Each a bold, a vow, a shift primed to bloom. A vendor rep neared, threads sharp despite outer fry. Morning, sir. Eyeing a standout, I jabbed the mark I'd chased, the wraith in deep indigo. Prime pick, he steered me tight, spilling specks I'd etched from probes. The 2020 wraith rides prime shape, mere 25,000 miles, full logs, lone keeper. At 220,000, it's a steal for this turf. 220 grand for a ride. 6 years back, Ethan dubbed me load over pantry runs. The twist bit tart, sweet. I'd claim it now. The rep's pro face held, but a glint betrayed awe. Splendid, chat loans none, wire hop, funds primed. 90 ticks later, I gripped the rings, heftier than priors. The roll's crest snaring rays. The rep trailed to the rig, reciting perks I half heard. My lock was the pulse. The peak of 16 years masking less. I sank to the helm. The cabin wafted hide. So lush it felt dream spun. Key fob pressed. The beast hummed, a murmur of might banked, prowess that whispered, not shouted. I quit the vendor onto Vegas drags, fused to the interstate, bound for Henderson. The wraith flowed silk smooth. Hush. Fellow drivers gawked. Some gaped. No flex. Just reset on all I'd bent to be. 16 years I'd dwindled. Wheeled relics, draped relics. Let them peg me scraping. Figured meekness warded use. Wrong. They drained regardless. The pike yielded to Henderson Way. Flow was fair. Dusk sun gilding all. I neared a crimson halt, 10 ticks from nest. Easing left lane stop. A slate accord tugged right beside. I glanced idle, then iced. Ethan at helm of Rebecca's heap. Locked on his slab. Digits dancing. He blanked me yet. My pulse jumped. Not dread, thrill. This sink too neat for fate. Yet served. Cosmos gifting. I nabbed the klaxon. Tooted pair. 2 crisp peals. Ethan's dome whipped. He scanned lost. Then veered my way. I tracked the reel on his mug like reel frames. Baffle at the plush ride tooting. Recall as my profile pierced glass. Stagger as the wraith sank in. Then ire, raw ire flushing him beat. I voiced nil, waved nil, just locked eyes, let a faint curl tug my lip, and as green bloomed, nudged throttle, the wraith leaped fluid. Mighty, mirror caught Ethan's accord buck wild, like he'd mashed pedal in spite. I held limit the rest home, relishing each tick, pulling my drive to my pad. I parked the wraith bold by the bay. Let locals clock, let all grasp. I lingered post-shutdown, just inhaling, then stepped out, bolted it with a crisp beep, and hit my entry. Within, still as stone, Rebecca apt in her den or rear den. She'd missed my roll. I parked the fresh rings on the hall slab, the plush tag set prime for any crosser. In the galley, I drew aqua to tumbler, then loomed by pain, biding. Knew Ethan tailed on road, knew he'd clocked my veer. Delay slim, 20 ticks on, the growl hit. Motor snarling streetward at clip drawing yard heads. Rubber shrieked as the accord whipped drive. Halting sharp rear the wraith. Portal banged like thunder. I held post, vessel in fist, as boots thumped path. The entry burst, smacking barrier. Ethan filled galley arch ticks later, flushed scarlet, heaving like he'd dashed miles. Rebecca ghosted from hall. Orbs flared alert. Ethan's limb thrust, jab quaking toward front. Wrath shook, his call rasped bare. Stripped civil, where'd the cash hail? No greet, no probe, pure charge. To what he eyed steel, backstab. I nursed a languid draw. Let him stew, eased vessel down measured, locked gaze. Reckon we hash deep, Ethan, true deep. Rebecca edged near, her haze sharpening as links clicked. Dad, what's his beef? What ride? Ethan pressed galley. Fists balled flank. Rebecca iced mid us. Look snagged tween fealty and grasp dawn. Truth poised to flood. 16 years veiled. And I braced. Ethan beat my lead. Charges burst, dam broke. You've stashed green. Faked pauper while we bankrolled all. He stalked. Limbs slashing breeze. We tabbed power, pantry. All 5 years. And you could have chipped. Rebecca neared slab. Look honing keen. Dad, her hush packed its own punch. You held cash all span. While she trailed, but the barb dangled. Thick doom, I eased vessel down intent. I won't bow or haste this. I waved to galley slab. Park it, pair. Crave truths we frame proper. Ethan gaped to balk. But my timbre, command long shelved, stalled him. Rebecca claimed seat first, digits knit slab top. Ethan loomed tick more, mandible grinding, then thudded chair, sway flipped. I no more the tame retiree swallowing scorn. I loomed slab head. Gazing down both, 16 years passed. I launched. I flipped Quincy tools, the gear outfit I'd shaped 3 decades. Flip fetched 3.2 million. Rebecca's lips parted faint. Ethan's slits narrowed. Post levies and firm tabs cleared. Shy of 3 mil, I banked prudent. Yields, payout shares, dash turf stakes, scraped on gains plus aids. Now tally nears 1.7 mil. Ethan's mug spun shades swift as tune. Doubt, blaze, tally. Rebecca paled struck, ripped tween wound and else, avarice perchance, or rue at botch count dire. I voiced no word of it. I pressed. Craving kin prized me. Not ledger. Prized you Ethan's snap cracked. We tabbed power. Pantry 5 years. And you could have what? I sliced sharp. Tone edged first. I tendered oft. You balked. Recall, the term froze him. Rebecca's orbs flared as recall rose. 5 years back you shed gig at Desert Freight. You begged bunk temp. I yesed instant. You're my girl's man. This her youth nest. But I tendered my cut of tabs. Recall your line. Ethan, his mandible locked. He did. You claim true heads feed kin. No begs from elder. Temp hold till rebound. Rebecca eyed Ethan. He dodged her stare. So I held tongue. Nabbed my eats at whiles. Chipped when you'd yield. But chief hushed. Dwindled. 'Cause you craved the feed crown. Though bunked my pad. Ethan's seat rasped as he stirred. Clawing ground. Don't count. You fibbed blank. Bunking our pad. My pad. I crossed a fridge flank drawer. Drew sheaf I'd stashed dawn. I'd clocked this chat inbound. If not hour. The title spells Patrick Quincy. Ever has. I splayed sheaf slab. Pad title grabbed clean 1999. Moons post my bride's fade. Lone keeper. No lean. No partners. Ethan's mug shadowed as he glared sheet. For now, he grumbled. And bare it hung. Raw. Unmasked. The weight. The scheme. Rebecca voiced. Tone quaver. We figured, pegged on your pass the pad ours. She couldn't cap. I capped for her. Would land yours. You've banked my fade. She jerked like struck. That's no. We know. But her deny rang hollow. Orbs fled mine. Ethan blunt. You're aged. Nat to plot ahead. But now we learn you've hoarded. Scraped like skinflint. Let us grind. The rewrite stunned. They know grind. Lived plush in lean-free pad. Split tabs they'd pay any turf. Stacked no stake 'cause turf no theirs to stack. Grind. I held tone flat. You hold solid gigs. Live lean-free. Tab third what comp pad costs any Henderson spot. No grind. You made us chumps. Ethan lurched up abrupt. Seat grind floor sharp. Bunked here, sizing us while thrown on mill. 1.7 mil. And I no sized. You sized me. You dubbed me load 3 days back. Recall. In yard. Broad for locals. His mug scorched worse. That clash still seared him plain. This ain't done. He veered arch. Whirled back. Figure you flaunt green, shame me rode with that beast. So the wraith clash cut raw. You'll rue this. Painting us chumps. Mark it. Clear menace. Though fogged sharp. Vow of hitback. Rebecca gained feet too. Gaze ping-pong tween. When hers fixed me final, the shade there wound or ire I couldn't peg. Dad. How let us peg? Again she couldn't rap. She tailed Ethan from galley. I caught hall wisps urgent, half grasped, then stair thuds, their den portal bang firm. I loomed sole in my galley. The pad felt shifted, veil gone, but kin peace illusion dust too. I crossed front pane, eyed the wraith shine dusk blaze. Worth eye, full. I no fool to peg this sealed. Ethan's menace no hot air. Man whose plots crashed, whose crown as top feed shattered. Peril. The hush aloft too pure. They schemed up there, plotted. I sensed it. Ought fret perchance. Instead, keen, honed. I'd borne 5 years trampled, brushed, furniture borne. Now they knew I no helpless, no broke, no propped. What yield from that? No, I hit galley, drew notebook, time log all, every term voiced, every menace tossed. I cracked fresh sheet, typed clash fresh, shielding self, 'cause the fray kicked true, and I aimed win. Dawn glow slunk my chamber drapes, slate and shy, I dozed shards, hour here, half there, skull looping yesterday clash like hound gnaw bone. Near 7, I quit chase, hit pain, my gaze snagged drive. Wrong with wraith, pitch off, rig sagged low, canted like lame beast, gut plunged, I robed quick. Denims, blouse, kicks, sans hose, downstairs bound, pad still, Ethan Rebecca den portal sealed. Fine, I'd eye solo first. I unlatched entry, stepped Nevada morn chill, dew clung turf, street void, mute bar far hound yelp, nearing rig, harm staged reveal. First, all quartet tires limp, no sag gashed, I clocked rips, willful tears in hide, then gashes cross indigo coat, wild first scan, frenzy lines dug deep finish, but circling helm flank, motif bloomed. One carved terms in helm flank, aged dupe. Letters rough but set, gouged via coat and base to raw steel, wrought by ring or blade, keen to scar eternal, my fists balled. I scanned street up down, no sears, no stir, just prim homes, drapes drawn. I lapped rig full, scratches hood, both flanks marred, boot scarred wild digs. No chance hit, this intimate, full, aimed wound. I nabbed phone, rang non-prime law line. When Q took, my call held firm, spite chest blaze. Need log harm. Gear ruin on ride. Big coin stake. She probed routine. Last-eyed whole dusk prior. Watch cam's eye, but check logs. Suspects I held, none yet. Badge dispatches hour. I cut call, loomed marred rig. Wraith meant my flag free, my claim reigns, now slumped scarred, scorn marked, stir within snagged. They roused, I inward, straight to watch board hall, we touch lit green all cams live. I hauled log face, scrolled eve, span leapt midnight to 7 a.m. Blank, no tape where hours owed, watch killed manual. What's the stir? Ethan loomed stair crown, lounge and tea, mop wild, tone-tuned bland. I eyed bored. Cams killed midnight to dawn. You flip that, he eased slow, palm trail rail. Oh right, wiped glass eve. Blank react. Why what hit? I clocked his mug keen. Ethan middling fibber, strain orb rims, 2 lax, shrug flop. One gashed my ride that slot. Quartet tires ripped, coat gashed full span. Dupe etched helm flank, his flinch keen, startle, no stun, like braced hit, not this scope. What awful. Rang law care rang drilled. Rebecca ghosted rear, robe cinch. What blue I recapped. Palm to lips in dread play seemed true. But else glint orb, guilt tag, dread snag. Oh God. Dad, dire. Badge rolled 40 ticks on. Brass took prime log. Snapped harm. Lapped rig noting. Then fresh pull. Plain garb man hopped. Badge belt clip. Mr. Quincy. Detective Harlan. I lead gear hits this ward. Mid-years. Keen orbs logging all. He lapped wraith slow. Own snaps. Notes brass missed. His probe cut fine. When grabbed this beast 4 days back. Brows twitched faint. Fresh snag. Why such plush ride? Lately chose savor retire stack. He dipped, scrawled. Fresh clashes. Rose with locals. Trade beefs probe weighed. I held, then gauged reply. Kin strains brew. Girl and her man bunk with me. Clash dusk on green. Harlan's nib flu pad. Crave chat them if free. Ethan Rebecca outward. Still lounge garb. Harlan quizzed same honed cut. Here ought Eve nay. Spot odd nay. Watch cams Ethan rehashed wipe yarn. Harlan's cast held. But doubt lined lip. And this kin clash mister. Quincy flagged. Ethan shrunk it. Norm kin jazz. Patrick snagged plush ride. We stunned he held green. End. Harlan pinged tween trio. Handy sink. Row on green. Plush ride hit same eve. Watch apt off just that slot. See why fishy Ethan tensed. Accuse me 'cause I clean. Slept full eve. We both. Harlan shook dome. Just flags round. Sans tape or Sears. Slim chase crime. He to me. Harm tally. I'd rung my shield firm waiting brass. Adjuster quoted 40 grand full fix and recoat. Harlan low whistled. Crime tier harm. If fresh leads on doer. Ring me straight. He slid card. Post Harlan quit with log and snaps. Trio loomed drive. Scarred wraith wedged tween like charge. Hope they nab the perp. Rebecca hushed. Ethan dipped. Yeah. Grim. But I clocked his orbs. Glee veiled poor. Hit back joy. Ethan figured score even. Wrong. This rewrote code. I eyed Harlan card. Then Ethan. I. Hope too. Sense rang clear. Ethan's beam dimmed tick. Later. Post Hall hauler carted wraith to prime fix bay. Post Ethan Rebecca inward retreat. I nested my nook with notebook. Law log filed. Shield bid lodged. Harm logged. None fetched crime tags. Harlan plain on that. But all proof. Proof of what sharp I know full yet. But one lock line crossed. They'd leaped word scorn to gear wreck. Kin spat to true foul. Ethan Rebecca figured point scored. Smacked for dusk shame. Gave me ground. Ethic clear. I cracked fresh tab. Typed Nevada lodger code. Then kin boot Nevada. Then foul hold Nevada. Lit bloomed dim nook. Law codes. Steps. Needs. Spans. My mug mirrored screen sheen. Lit cold. Cast set hard keen. They craved play. Fine. But my code now. 2 days post harm. I stacked sheets in hide sheath. Pad title from 1999. Mails from 5 years back on temp bunk deal. Law log from wraith hit. Vault slips showing my stack. Shield snaps of wreck. All proving I knew. This my turf. My nest. My span they eyed claim. I dug Victor Lang via net hunt. Law sharp in turf rows and kin spats. His den second floor pro block. Wait nook plush. Hide seats. Sage picks. Fresh rags. I clocked with desk gal. 30-ish. Brew bid. Passed. 5 ticks. She led corner den with high vaults over Henderson strip. Victor Lang rose desk rear. Late 50s. Ash mop. Plush threads fit true. We clasped. Grip sold sans push. Mr. Quincy. Claim seat. I sank client perch cross him. Sheath slab tween. Thanks swift slot. Your jam rang hot. He cracked law pad. Nibs set. Spill from dawn I unreeled method. 5 years back. Ethan shed gig. He and Rebecca begged temp bunk while rebound. I yesed. Her youth nest. Kin backs kin. Oral pact. They'd chip tabs. Aid keep. You ink that pact Lang probed. Nay, kin, hashed over supper. Rebecca's pal witnessed chat on bunk. But no form. He dipped. Noted. Press. Ethan rebounded gig in 7 moons. Ops head at freight line. Solid draw. But chips no bloomed. They rooted. Treated pad theirs. Me snagged till fade and claim. I splayed sheath. Slid pad title desk. Turf loan mine. No shared, no lean. Grabbed clean. Lang-eyed sheet. Pure claim. Solid. What lit now blaze I spun yarn pantry clash. Broad shame. My call quit veil stack. Wraith snag. Ethan's flinch. Nook clash bearing true weights. Then wreck. Showed law log. Snaps. Lang-eyed keen. Brass flagged fishy sink. But no chase. No proof. Watch cams apt off rec slot. My man claims blank react post glass wipe. Handy. Lang eased sheet down. Mr. Quincy. Blunt you hold firm law ground. Nevada code plane. Turf heads can kill bunk nod even kin. Chief when oral pact breached. Hurdle prove those breaks and hold step pure. What's flow, he reclined. First, hash will frame. You flagged they bank claim. What current script all to Rebecca? Lone kin. Bride faded 23 years back. Shift that probe hung. Could I axe girl from script over this, but she'd backed while Ethan shamed. Said zip when load tag flew. Joined wait for my fade to claim all. 90% to AIDS. I voiced, 10 to Rebecca. Still my girl. But picks made, Lang dipped keen. That flags clear, sans claim unsound mind tag. Gifting some proves weighed her. Just capped claim. He sketched boot ploy. Phase 1. Form missive to Ethan Rebecca logging oral pact terms and flops. This missive doubles nod, I tweak pact. They chip green or quit in 30 moons. Phase 2. Ink fresh script sync. Phase 3. Full log. He craved every faux ping, every chip fail, every odd act, snaps, jots, dates, ticks. Stack case, phase 4, post 30 fade, if hold, lodge form boot suit, span norm if spat, 3 to 4 moons from nod to cap boot writ. If quit will on grasp your set. Could wrap 30. I eyed tab. He quoted draws. 6 grand boot suit. 2 for script ink. No bulk. Roll. We burned next 40 on fine. Pal at bunk chat. Name Laura Kane. Aided pack. Lang noted for maybe oath. I inked hold pact. Cut check 8 grand. Lang vowed form missive set weekend. Script pull Tuesday next. One more. I voiced. No fray. Crave done right. Law tight. No late hit. Lang's cast keen nod. Spot on tack. Heart drops suits. Logs win. We clasped anew. I quit den hauling void sheath. Left dubs all with Lang. To lot under. I sensed lack in weeks. Reins. Not hit back pure. But sway. Thrive of at last moving. Not flinching. I claimed ride pre-fire. Paused, breathe. Then nabbed phone. Texted Wraith fix bay on hall tick. Reply instant. Set Friday dusk. I beamed. All rolled front. By next week this tick. Ethan Rebecca hold form missive. Count kicked. And they'd grasp final I no tame elder they'd miscast. A week slipped post Lang meet. 7 days tight log. Not every ping timestamp fine. Ethan's brush quips when I flagged tabs split. Rebecca's dodge, how she'd quit rooms on my cross. The hold no aid spite 5-year vow. I stacked case stone by stone. This noon, I hit Box Street. Nevada blazed down like yoke. Tabs, ads, card lure, and sealed missive. First thought, Lang mailed Nod Sans proc hauler, but send her off. Ellis and Partners, Henderson, not Lang firm. I signed with postman, hauled within. My nook, portal sealed. I cracked husk careful, law crest, form tongue instant grit teeth. Red swift once, pulse spike, then slow, soak gall. Ethan nabbed law, and Ethan struck first. Missive claimed Ethan Rebecca fed key aid and prop for aged bunk 5 years. It spun fake aids, pad steer, meal whip, green watch, chum, tongue cast me frail, propped, then demand, fair tab 210 grand, tallied under turf rate for home aid, 210 grand for aids, no begged and no fed. But no prime fret, missive pressed with sheer veil on my sway, sound green calls, flagging wraith snag as maybe hint dim call in advanced span. Hint rang ice they menaced. Sway hit, bid tag me unfit self-steer, missive wrapped, begging prompt tab and nudge mid to dodge coin and heart rip suit. I read third, hunt weak, tongue bold but fog, thick hint light fact, no true proof unfit, no heel logs, just nudge and huff, still, move I half braced. Ethan no just hit back. He bid pre-strike paint me the push, the wild one. Sharp in rash vein, I snapped missive phone, mailed Lang instant, 20 ticks on, phone hummed, nabbed it, Lang sans led, first take weak, bold tongue veils base weak spot. He rang near glee, tab claim absurd sans inked packed flag aid tasks and tab terms. Sway menace worse. Nevada needs bulk heel proof to hit span. Not just we peg bad buy call, any bench at Hootit Court. But I caught the butt inbound. But flags Ethan spooked, dropped coin on law. Likely 3 to 4 grand this missive. Means he weighs your menace grave. Solid. We hashed reply flow. Lang urged blank tab demand full while press prime ploy. We'll ship quit nod planned. Let no hit back no spook. If crave burn coin spat, their pick, my strain eased tick. Pro aid split tween heart flinch and sharp reply. Quit nod sets haul 48 ticks, Lang vowed. That dusk, post supper gulped in frost hush. Rebecca rapped my nook portal. Dad. Chat her hush soft. Probe. I weighed nay. But itch one, enter, she inward, sealed rear, orbs flushed, cried, or bid think so. She edged my cot, digits lap knit. Know you nabbed missive from Ethan's law, so no feign blank. I, Rebecca drew breath. Dad, this spins wild, we're kin, no menace kin with law and boot. Can't we hash midterm landed sour? I lean desk. What mid? Rebecca, I yield pad. Pride. Right basic nod and nest I own. She jerked. No that way. Ethan just taught work. Green. You know flares. Then you snagged that beast sans word. Felt like you veiled. No trust. Rewrite stunned. I know O by word. And no veiled green. You pegged none 'cause I scraped plain. Your peg, no my veil, her veil slipped. We pegged on your fade pad ours. We've plotted that. And now you voice. She no rap, I rapped. Now no claim no locked. I may span 20 more years. May tweak script. May you know just wait fade. Hush stretched. Then Rebecca's hush, tinier. Tweaked script, I know straight. You picked 5 years back. Rebecca, first Ethan scorned me. You voiced zip, every after, when picked his ease over my pride. Picked him, Fine. He's your man. But picks reap. Tears now. True. I do prize you. Dad. My sire. Something split in. But I held cast. Then act like prized. Prize acts. No just terms. You acted load-borne. Now bear reap. Rebecca gained. Wiped orbs. He no quit sans spat. No. I hushed. She hit portal. Held knob. Rue it. For what counts now, then gone. Soul anew. I desk sat. Chat cut harder than braced. Part craved yield. Hunt that mid she flagged. Mend tie. But knew better. Mid meant take more scorn. Guest in own nest. Wait fade for claim. No mid. Yield. I cracked notebook. Added log notes. Rebecca's claim plot nod. Her own Ethan's acts. Her mid beg sans true shift bid. All prime if court. Phone buzzed. Lang text. Quit nod inked. County hall slot set Friday morn. Braced I tapped one term. Eyed reply screen. Thumb hover send tick. Then tapped. Boot gears locked fate. Friday morn I nested Lang's den meat nook. Twin sears. Firm aids. Flanked slab. Seal scribe loomed stamp and crest set. This your true script topping priors. Lang voiced. Sliding sheet mahogany top. 90% set aids. 10 your girl. No need flag unless boot spat. I inked name each tabbed page. Palm rock. Span tally honed sharp. 245 mil kin pad stakes fluid. Rebecca's fresh claim 245 grand down from 24 mil. Big gap. Sears inked. Seal stamped. Lang vaulted script firm safe. Quit nod hall slots 1 p.m. Your nest, he voiced. County brass hand flags any grown bunk. No need loom. But urge it. Flags grit. I dipped. Loom. Home drive. Phone hummed. Lang mail. Tag case fresh. Harm log. I lot pulled to eye full. Mail brief pro. Hunt shut lack proof. But log flags fishy round and notes access and drive. His nod he pegged Ethan doer. No prove. Still prime. All log chunk. Home hit 11. Pad hush. Ethan work. Rebecca apt nook or out. Brewed and bided. At 12:58, Clark County brass pull curbed. Brass hopped, husk in fist. Drive paced measured like thou times done. I entry pop pre-wrap. Mr. Quincy. I. Doc for Hall. He pad checked for Ethan Hargrove or Rebecca Quincy Hargrove. Girl home. Fetch her. Rebecca stare-crowned. Voices drew. Brass spied. Mug blanched. Ma'am, need haul you law nod. Brass held husk. She eased slow. Took quaking palms. What's this quit nod? I keen. Good span. Kin. He drive back. Quit. Whole span 90 ticks. Rebecca entry stood. Husk stared like fang. Dad. Crack it. Aye. She did. Hauled multi-sheet. Orbs scanned prime. Flared. You're booting us end packed, quit work years back. 30 days scout fresh bunk. Her slab out swift. Digits shake tap. Ethan ring. 30 ticks on. His heap screech drive. Burst entry still work kit. Mug flushed. What hell this waved Rebecca's snap send copy. I loomed galley. Brew fist. Tone hush. Just terms. Quit nod. 30 days. Insane. No boot us cold. Our nest. My nest. Guests breached nod. Law tight. Ethan's fists gripped sheets. Spat this. 30 days. Court you, welcome try. But no lease tenants. Bunk sans inked pact. Nevada code let's kill with right nod. Now fed. He stalked. Sheet-eyed closer. I clocked truth sink ire. Law tongue honed no fog. Quit nod on oral pact breach on tab chips. Faux bunk brew. Eyed gear wreck tie. Ethan head up. Wreck. You charge us. Flag brass log eyes access folk. Fact. Bluster cracked. Where bunk you know least tight. First, last, stake, 6 grand plus. Green truth their jam bloomed. They'd scraped lean free 5 years. Blew Ethan's 75 grand draw on life. No stack, no my jam, I voiced. Meant it. Rebecca voiced. Tone we, dad, beg, we'll shift. Ethan ruse, we chip lease, aid, what crave. Fresh shot, I eyed girl, tick near waver, then yard clash, wrecked beast. Ethan's curl flashed. 5 years slights piled to vast gash. Nay, this sealed. Ethan fresh angle. Fine, quit, but botch. Rebecca lone kin, lone blood. Pride over kin, green over vein. When aged soul in vast nest, rue it, aimed wound. Seed doubt, instead, clear bloomed, already soul. Ethan, born soul 5 years bunked with pair eyed me claim bar. At least now soul with pride. Ethan no riposte, snatched sheets, stair storm, 30 days. Dust, no tie post. Rebecca, hustle. Rebecca lingered. Me eyed. Meant Eve words. Rue, but must with him. Man mine. No. I voiced. And did. Picked years back. This sealed it form. She stair-tailed. Portals bang. Voices spike spat. Wall muff. I loomed galley. Brew chill. Pad felt fresh already. No theirs. Mine bloom. Front pane cross. Eyed street brass parked hour back. Law jab landed pure. Now bide. 30 days till pad true mine anew. 30 to eye if quiet quit or uglier yet. Felt their lean. 3 weeks dragged post-nod land galley. Pad air turned frost. Ethan Rebecca ghosted rooms. I dodge. Term shreds if must. I logged all. No aid hold. Platters sink left. Bin no haul. 5-year vow dust packed. Ethan's foe glares hall pass. Rebecca's flush orbs cry nook. Weekend hunts. Heard home beat. Voices wall leak, they forgot no sound seal. All price band shrunk old far Ethan gig. Taken grant truth sank. 5 days pre-30 cap. Sealed missive hit. Ethan's law lodged here spat quit. Claim set oral bunk rights on 5-year hold. Lang rang swift. Braced. Grasping. Here slots today. Exact cap. Prime sink real. Bench eyes last gasp. No aid cred. This morn. I robed keen. Dark strides. Tuck shirt. Blazer. Pro. Set. Unshake. This caps today. Clark County High Court block towered Vegas core in stone and sheer. Order monument. Met Lang Hall Court sans. He hauled twin thick sheaths and hide case plush worn. Braced probe. Dipped. Court inward. Wood trim. State crest. Bench high loom. Ethan Rebecca perched far with law. Younger maybe 40. Threads bit rumple. Case seen bets. Ellis firm apt sent sub. Ethan's mandible set. Limbs bar guard. Rebecca shrunk. Palms lap twist. Bail call case. Quincy versus Ethan and Rebecca Quincy Hargrove. Foul hold suit. Judge Ellis ruled. Woman 60s. Silver crop. Keen orbs glassback. File skim swift. Quit nod spat 3 weeks served. Mr. Ellis. You rep reply. I honor. Spat boot on set bunk ground. Ellis voiced case. 5-year steady hold. Word packed for lock bunk. Tab chips. Heart and prop aid for aged head. Spun Ethan Rebecca aid givers. Me thankless whim. Lives built round pact. Honor. Snap revoke nod sans cause wild. Judge Ellis cast meh. Let rap. Lang stood my rip. Show method. Crush. First. Turf title loan claim. Second. Oral pact logs. Males 5 years back, plain temp stay rebound and aid keep swap free bunk. Third. My oath terms I'd oft tender tab cut but balked by Ethan crave crown feed. Fourth. Wreck proof. Wraith harm snaps. Detective Harlan log flags fishy round and access folk. Handy watch glitch. Fifth. Logs Ethan scorn terms. Nevada one side nod turf. Legit logged chats post nook clash. Bench heard 30 tick clip court speakers. Ethan's call clear no missed. Elder no grasp. Our pad now. Just wait. Fade. Eyed Ethan mug bleach. Judge Ellis probed. To Ethan straight. Mr. Hargrove. Prime packed aid keep. What tasks fed Ethan stutter? Well, bunked. Chipped. Gen jazz. Keen sharp yard tend. Fix hand. Common scrub mug flushed. Rebecca cooked some. I chipped. We there. Kin. There. Weak. New. Ellis tried save. Honor. Kin pact. No form bond. Terms flow. Judge Ellis sliced. But Mr. Quincy's law hauled inked proof pact terms. Mail plain aid keep swap bunk. Load on clients show met terms. No see that proof. To me, Mr. Quincy. Why now post 5? Why boot this tick? Reply gauged. Honor. Scorn ramped. When bared no green prop. Foe turned unbear. Ride wrecked. No safe or nod in own nest. Right pick bunk in my turf. Judge Ellis note skim. Court hush bar nib scratch. Then voiced. Straight path. Mr. Quincy owns turf clean. Reply no tenants Nevada code. No inked lease. No steady tab. Guests oral pact flagged tasks. Proof shows flop tasks and faux brew. Quit nod served pure 30 worn. Eyed Ethan Rebecca. Grasp hard, but Mr. Quincy full law right kill bunk nod. Reasons logged firm proof back. Gavel thump. Boot holds. 30 days today date quit turf. Fail will quit. Mr. Quincy may chase force yank writ. Ethan lurched. No fair. Where bunk can't hash chip lease. Ink pact. What? Judge Ellis cast hard. Turf head no hold bunk you on. Here sealed. Ethan me turn. Dread swap ire. Patrick. Reason. Chip 1 grand 6 moons. Aid nest. What crave. Court eyes all me. Lang palm grazed light. My bid. Tick hung freeze. Then voiced. Hush but carry. Nay. Crave you dust my nest. Court sans. Dusk blaze. Lang clasp. Pure win. Sharp as these go. Felt gutted. Strain dump weeks born. What if hold lodge force yank? County brass yank them gear. No reach. No lost. Lot under. I ride sat. No wraith. Still fix. But old trust heap. Windshield through. Clocked Ethan Rebecca by a cord. Spat. Ellis awkward near. Rebecca wept. Ethan's limbs wild flag. World shrunk sharp. I motor fired. Drive off. Left rear glass. Next 30 tenths. Ill. Scorn soak. But end. Vegas pike fuse. Pains down. Desert gust hot pure. First 5 years. Sensed it. Thrill peace. Hall day hit Saturday mid-September. A front pane stood. Brew fist. Eyed rent van load crates gear. Wraith drive sat. Full fix. Indigo shine. Shield tabbed 38 grand the 40 rec. Rest 3 grand pocket. Worth each to see mend. Ethan crate hauled van. Moves crisp with left ire. Rebecca trailed wee bits. Shoulders curl. Nabbed 950 moon 2-bed flat in paradise. 40 ticks Ethan gig. Steak first depleted slim stack. Truth tab. No outward. No aid bid. All voiced court 3 weeks back. Near 11. Ethan Van Rear thump, metal slam. Loomed tick. Pad-eyed. My pad, like etch or curse, likely both. Rebecca Van seat hopped. But pre-seal. Turned window straight my pane. Eyes locked span. Cast no ire now. Thick shade. Rue blend with maybe grasp. Too late. Slim. Hopped in. Van Rumble wake. They drive off. Eyed till Van corner lost. Then Brusette. Pad paste. Prime den. Their sleep. Void now. Just rug scars gear stood. Panes popped. Fresh gust chase 5-year hold. Bath void. Spare they'd stock. Cleared. Galley so many frost sups hush eaten. Mine anew. Room paste. Reclaim each. No cheer, but soft glee. This mend. No hit back. Next dawn. Sunday. Drove Langden final meet. He'd bid come ink wrap sheets and tab end count. Desk gal no in. Weekend slot. Duo soul. Lang dormet. Clasp. Congrats. Few these cap this pure. Nest back. Peace back. All law. True win. Densat. Walked rap docs. Judge writ filed logged. Boot cap cert. Fresh turf logs no bunk bar me. Full law tabs 9 grand 200. Check cut no bulk. Worth Lang probe. Each cent. Leaned back. Stay nest vast for one. My span. Forged stake 3 decades toil. Nowhere. This nest. Savor each tick. Lang beamed. Solid rip. Clasped final. Quit den. Past month load lift. No more hears. No more logs. No more law. Just span. My terms. That dusk. Back patio sat sun dip Henderson. Desert vault orange violet. Grand shift. Brewed fine. Emerald label Rebecca once keen. But mine now. All mine. Pad rear hush. No faux frost late moons. But true peace. Hush true soul own span. Nod to none. No scorn take. Reclaimed more turf. Reclaimed pride. Sway. Right nod. Tab steep. Cracked tie girl. Apt lock. But alt tab more dear. Self prize. 5 years took less earned. 'Cause figured kin meant bare scorn. Wrong. Kin mutual nod. Or zip. Spent 220 grand. Beast wrecked and 9 grand. 2 law boot own girl. Numbs stun most. But twice that for this feel. Peace. Reigns. Free. Wraith garage nested. Set when crave roll. Stack firm 1.7 mil. Script fresh 90 aids use well. 10 Rebecca spite all. Still girl. If grasp why blue. If C picks lead. No. Maybe someday. Maybe no. No count now. Sun rim touched. Vault final blaze pre-dark. Brew wrapped. Inward. Latched rear. My latch. My nest. My span. At last. Full mine. If this yarn hooks. Tap like vid. Subchannel. Spill takes on yarn comments. For next yarn heed. Tap box left. Thanks watch.